Can bearded dragons eat cilantro? The rich green color and the aroma of cilantro make it your perfect garnishing partner, and sprinkling it on top of every other dish is so common nowadays, right? But have you ever thought about cilantro differently? Like it can be a whole meal for someone and now just a garnishing or decorating thing? Can bearded dragons eat cilantro? That someone is a small pet like a bearded dragon. No, we aren't telling you to feed your bearded dragons with some cilantro. We just asked you, have you ever thought about doing that? Because bearded dragons like greens. They are healthy and nutritious for them. What about cilantro? Let's find that out together. So, you are about to discover the following things on cilantro and bearded dragons. Come along and see it for yourself if you have found another use of cilantro. Having a pet and taking care of their needs is literally a huge task, especially when you have a bearded dragon. Why? Because they have quite different requirements and special needs in comparison to other, bigger pets. You always have to make sure they are eating the right thing because they have a tiny stomach that gets empty and filled up very quickly. Make sure they eat everything that is good for them and is also cut or chopped finely so that it doesn't get stuck in their throat or your beardo finds it difficult to chew them. Can bearded dragons eat cilantro? Yes, you can definitely feed cilantro to your bearded dragons. To clarify, here we are talking about the fresh plant leaves called cilantro and not the dried seeds of the plants. And just like we told you, cilantro is an excellent herb for your bearded dragon and will provide many nutrients and health benefits. But what are those nutrients and benefits? We know you are eager to dig deeper and know more about this herb before feeding it to your beardo. So now, let's have a look at all the benefits your beardo is going to get if you feed them with this beautiful green herb. How often can I give my bearded dragon cilantro? We know our bearded dragons can eat cilantro. We know about all the nutrients it has for them. But how much cilantro can we feed them? How often? And should it be fed with something else, or giving them plain fresh cilantro will work? We know your mind is fighting with all these questions right now. And you must know that we are here with all of the answers. So, stop worrying and brace yourself for your next information set on cilantro and your baby dragon. Talking about how many times a bearded dragon can eat cilantro and in what intervals, here's what we have for you. And this is important, reader, so don't miss it. There are majorly two reasons behind it. First, cilantro has a high level of water content, and it is not good for a bearded dragon to eat something like that in huge quantities. Even having an excess level of water content in the body can cause nausea and vomiting to your bearded dragon, and they will ultimately have diarrhea, which will cause the loss of water. We know this might sound a bit weird to you, but you can trust your experts and read further to know the second reason behind cilantro not being the ultimate food for your beardo. As you know, your bearded dragon needs a lot of calcium for its growth and other body functions. And as we mentioned above, there is a minimal amount of calcium in cilantro. So, feeding your beardo with something that does not have the main nutrient in it for them and filling up their small stomach is not a good idea. So, should we not feed them with cilantro at all? You can. Just like you consume it yourself. You can always sprinkle a little cilantro on the top of the salad made for your beardo. And you can do that now and then, just a sprinkle. Can bearded dragons eat canned cilantro? Now let's understand this theory as well. Talking about canned cilantro, if we are in your place, reader, we will never opt for canned cilantro or any other canned item for our bearded dragons at all. The reason being their low level of nutrients and added chemicals and preservatives. They have a meager amount of health benefits than fresh cilantro because they are processed and stored weeks before you buy them. And in the meantime, they lose most of their goodness. And as you know, canned food items do have moderate amounts of preservatives and chemicals to last longer and don't go bad. Health facts about cilantro. The amazing fact about cilantro is that cilantro is about 92% of water. If given in moderation and according to the requirements of a beardo, cilantro can keep them hydrated. While it has so many nutrients, cilantro has no sugar content. Sugar can cause obesity to your bearded dragons along with kidney problems, heart and liver disease, and diabetes. Conclusion. A food item can be good for your pet but not too safe if given in larger amounts without knowing their effects on health. Just like cilantro, which has both good and bad sides for a bearded dragon, and your information on it will decide what your bearded dragon will receive the most benefits or faults. Cilantro is good or bad for a bearded dragon? Can they have canned cilantro? What are the exact health benefits of cilantro for a bearded dragon? I hope you get all the answers here. Keep visiting here daily for more posts like this.